Hello, and welcome to this special news bulletin from On Board with Cruise Passenger. I'm Peter Lynch, and like so many of you, I've spent much of my life exploring the world by ship. Today, we're looking at a serious problem: why Australia's cruise industry is shrinking, even though Australians are among the world's most enthusiastic cruisers. What's gone wrong, and what needs to change to keep cruising here strong? Australians love cruising. Per capita, we're right up there with the Americans and the Brits when it comes to booking cabins and setting sail. And yet, the past year has seen some of the world's best-known cruise lines quietly deciding to scale back operations. Disney, for instance, has announced that the Disney Wonder will leave Australian shores in early 2026. Princess Cruising is reducing its fleet locally, and the long-loved P&O Cruises Australia brand has disappeared, folded into Carnival. Cunard, Virgin Voyages have all pulled away. Why is this happening? A few clear reasons are emerging. Firstly, costs are much higher here, from port charges to regulatory compliance, that in many places means we can't compete with destinations like America and Japan. Second, the weaker Australian dollar makes profitability more challenging. Third, infrastructure bottlenecks, especially in Sydney, limit growth and drive up expenses. Finally, uncertain government policy has left the industry without the confidence it needs to plan long term. These pressures are real, and if they continue, Australia risks losing more ships and more jobs, not just at sea, but across tourism, hospitality, and regional economies that rely on visiting cruise passengers. But there is some good news. Lines like Royal Caribbean and Norwegian are still investing here, bringing new itineraries and experiences. The love of cruising in Australia hasn't gone anywhere. It's the framework around it that needs attention. This is where government leadership matters. In New Zealand, the federal government recently brought together all the key players, ports, cruise lines, tourism bodies, to create a national strategy for the future of cruising. Australia needs to do the same. A cruise summit could tackle the big issues: port infrastructure, fairer charges, simpler regulation, and policies that encourage cruise lines to stay and grow. Without action, we risk letting an industry that Australians clearly love slip away from our shores. That's it for this episode of On Board with Cruise Passenger. I'm Peter Lynch. Thank you for joining me. And if you'd like to keep up with independent, in-depth cruise news and reviews every week, visit cruisepassenger.com.au and sign up for our newsletter. Thanks for listening.